Hey, how's it going? It's version 2.5 day! Great! Hello, Endora is sleeping. I've brought Endora back. So that way Endora can see the world. All my friends, little friends, can take turns. While I was waiting for the update to come out, I was reading, like, the patch notes or whatever, and then it said something about, Hotomi. Hotomi has something for us now. I don't know... about the cleansing ritual? Lady Yai did ask us to make some arrangements for the sacred Sakura cleansing ritual earlier. Later, she said that new developments have precluded the need for us to continue our preparations. She even asked me to give the memento lens to a blonde-haired outlander. I never expected that new development that Lady Yai mentioned was you. You have my thanks. I do not know how you managed it, but healing the sacred Sakura was no mean feat. You have my utmost thanks to the Shrine Maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine. Could you tell me more about Kazari? Kazari? I don't believe that any such person works at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Speaking of which, we found an antique kitsune mask while cleaning up the shrine hall. It seems to have once belonged to Lady Kitsune Saigu. If you don't mind, would you like to have it? Since you were the one who completed the cleansing ritual, I believe there must be some fate that ties you, Lady Saigu, and the shrine together. It's become a little fragile with its great age, so you can't really wear it, but I believe it must at least bear some sentiments and blessings from bygone years. Yay! I was kind of sad that when we used Kazari's mask, it turned into a weapon blueprint, because I didn't get to look at it, but now we do. Now I permanently have it, and that makes me happy. So, not gonna lie, I'm slightly impatient, and I really want to know what's up with the Raiden Shogun. I'm very curious. Cleansing light. I'm curious for new developments, because I heard this has a lot of tie-ins with the Inazuma Archon quest, and I want to know what those are about. I assume this Catherine, of course. Hello. How's it going?
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Hi.
Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Yeah.
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
Of course. That's what we're here for. That's literally what I would say, even if that's not the dialogue option. Yeah, let's do it.
Let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Oh no, we were just there!
On Narukami Island?
Yeah, we never see them here. They only in Wovendom and Surumi Island, and Enkanomiya.
We're not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
Yes, I believe I understand.
Good.
We performed a ritual
this case
there.
Is very urgent indeed.
At the roots of the sacred Sakura.
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them.
Yeah.
Their main priority is to protect the civilian
population.
population.
Imagine that'd be a problem.
So they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters.
This is just like
the
beginning of Labyrinth Warriors.
The Tenryou
Commission can't handle everything.
So far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
Ether, you're so, like, sassy. Well, time to make some whelps yelp. Or, I'll send these pooches packing.
You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response.
I love how, like, the commission on Surumi Island, Daily Commission, is called Bad Doggies.
I hope you won't
I got it a couple
too much
times.
trouble overcoming them.
Yeah, no worries. We got this.
We'll be back you can say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Mm-hmm. But in truth, we're probably gonna forget to report back to Catherine, as we always do every time she assigns us a quest for a story quest.
Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was Kazari's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it. Time to teach him a lesson.
Okay, so it seems it was very appropriate for me to go and talk to Hotomi before doing any of this. Okie dokie, where are we going? As expected. As expected, just down there. Sayuro! Oh, my brother pulled for Yai Miko, and he got her! And I'm so happy, because, you know, winning 50-50 is hard, as I've proved. Oh, this is a Sacred Sakura route. Okay.
Moments of
But, Yai Miko, she's very powerful.
Shudder!
Oh no! Enemy reinforcements!
Vengeance will be mine.
Too bad. You are no match for the Spindrift Knight. Hahaha.
I condemn you.
These are actually quite low level.
There are so many of them. No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them.
Yeah, thanks, Paimon. I got this. Yeah! That was it. Okay. Oh no!
Torn to oblivion.
Thank you. Where did you come from?
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two.
Hi. Which one is
It
it?
has been a long time. We have not seen
Definitely
each other since
A.
the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
You can tell by the
Okay,
personality.
sounds more like A. It is you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
What brings you out this time?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come.
Okie dokie.
Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself.
But the stimulation's good for
Recently,
you.
I have
That's
observed
good.
a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds.
Mm-hmm. Very
I considered
problematic.
this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
But the commissions and adventurers can deal with the monsters.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Hmm? Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission.
Mm-hmm.
But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible
If I remember,
disaster.
the Sacred Sakura
A disaster?
has some connection to Makoto,
Yes.
right?
500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard.
Mm-hmm.
Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago. Conria.
So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Yeah, I can imagine
Guess you
there's some
can't
very bad
argue with
memories.
that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Alright then, let's go.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it?
No, Paimon.
Oh yeah. After we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
Yes. Actually, I thought last quest we were gonna ask her about
Color.
Conria.
Similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Oh, the purple, like this kind of like dark purple. Yeah, because the color around the Grand Narukami Shrine used to be like purple, but then it turned blue after the ritual. But yeah, it's like this purple. But yeah, because we asked Zhongli about Conria. Oh, hello. Yep. Yeah, I know, I'm looking the wrong direction. I'm just looking at the Fatui. You know, they're just chilling. Like they do every day. But yeah, I thought last time we would ask the Raiden Shogun. But I guess this time we might end up asking the Raiden Shogun. Or rather, about what happened at Conria. Though I presume we will be hearing a lot about it because her sister died in the battle with Conria. And something about, I think then she has some connection to the sacred Sakura, because I remember the tales are still retold in the shade of every
We are
Thunder
lucky.
Sakura.
The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
Ooh, that's scary.
Huh?
Uh-oh, what is that? Oh no!
What's this?
Is someone injured?
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few.
But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Kitamura.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you
Well, they
doing
can
here?
see us.
Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no
Are
escaping
they
them.
memories? Like how the sacred Sakura
We
makes
will
memories appear?
defend Inazuma until our dying
Like
breath.
Kazari? What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness.
Oh no.
Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
No.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left! The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
This must be a memory of the past.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What?
Yeah, I would be confused too.
But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
No, that's
Hey,
horrible.
calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with
Is
him?
he disappearing?
He's gone.
Huh.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
Yeah.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the
But
land.
we're still not able to interact
the
with
sacred
it.
Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory.
Like Kazari.
Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
I see. Same thing happened to Dusky Ming. And also Kazari.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma
He mentioned
500 years ago.
that the Kitsune Saigu was absent.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her
Aw.
one last time,
That's sad.
but I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey,
Is this the loss that Yai Miko mentioned?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So you're no longer stuck in the past.
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward.
Yeah.
All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what being human is about.
for. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
He's actually such a good character. Like, I love how there's such a like stark contrast between the Shogun puppet and also A, who's kind of like, you know, this. She just wants to protect everyone, just like all the Archons do. But she's more than just like a cold-hearted figure. She became that way because of all the losses she experienced. And, you know, she's someone who likes eating dessert and having fun with friends, and all her friends are like gone now. And her voice acting's really good too. Dang it. What? What? We get to.
Rift Hounds here too.
The rest of my
Leave
the
them
rest
to
of my
me.
team is gone. I was just about to say, Rhine daughter, this is somehow all your fault.
Illusion shattered,
And yet,
torn to oblivion.
I can't wait for us to hear Rhine daughter's side of the story one of these days, in like a few years. Because I think that's gonna be really interesting.
Shine down.
Because I would love to know for what purpose did these Rift Hounds need to be here and destroy everything? Because it's so sad.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Are you feeling okay?
Why would you ask that?
I don't know.
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
That's what you did before.
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun.
Yeah.
The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Is it the same situation as before?
Furuyama? Is
Uh-oh,
that
the music
you?
stopped. Furuyama's tea master.
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you
That's
shower me
nice.
with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest.
Alright.
After all, it's quite a mess out
I
there.
imagine so.
What what should we do?
I want to learn more about the past.
Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already.
Yes.
Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to
Interesting.
stay.
So people lived here before. There's no villages here
now. The
now.
almighty Shogun is here. I have even less reason to run away.
Fair enough.
Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to?
How come you're not
then?
panicking?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets.
So you feel that you've lived a full
The
life.
almighty Shogun often speaks
Well,
to me
that's
about
nice.
her dreams over tea.
Yes, I think we'd all love
Just
to live a
listening to her
fulfilled
stories.
existence.
I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't
Is he
last
talking about the
forever.
other Shogun?
Everything changes,
Makoto?
fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so,
But he
people
could
must
also
make
be
the
talking about
most
A,
of the life they
because
have. Seize the
once
chance
shared
to
that
enjoy it
dream
while
with
it
Makoto.
lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
Well, this doesn't fit the definition of eternity at all.
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Yes.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is
Very
over, life is sure to
insightful
spring forth anew.
view.
But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh?
Yeah. I suppose.
Oh, goodness me.
Even if he lived,
Speaking of
he wouldn't have
befuddled,
lived
look at
long
me
after
rambling
that.
away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Where did you put it?
One moment, I'll just...
Yeah, where did you put
Where
it?
in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
I hope so too.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Yeah, me neither.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
We know where to find a tea set. Ether, do we know where to find a tea set around here?
I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
It's fine.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
Yeah.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me.
There's first times for
I can't
everything.
decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Let's assume the latter. It'll be better that way.
Where should we go to find a tea set?
Oh, the Kamisato
Having a
estate?
cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
Yeah.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Well,
Oh, why don't we go to
Hey.
the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
this whole story quest is just the sacred Sakura showing us sad old memories. It's gonna make me really sad. But it's also probably exactly what we needed to see to learn more about the Raiden Shogun and the story of Inazuma.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun.
Yo, what's up?
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Yep.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and
Wait.
tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Yo, do we get to
Be at
see?
ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler.
We could have
Please,
seen Ayato
Fetch
like
the tea set at your convenience.
one version update earlier.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Was it really you that tea master used to serve?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views,
Pretty
huh?
much opposite.
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
Dreams. Or in other words, ambitions?
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material or a concrete outcome. It is
an important
finite in
distinction.
nature and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
It's almost ironic how that works.
Quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
It seems more in line with how humans view the world. Almost our drive to keep moving forward and to keep, well, basically dreaming, finding new things to fill our lives with. That is our eternity. the fact that we're constantly shifting and changing, so long as we never stand still, then that is our eternity. That we're constantly changing, which is almost a paradox. But yeah,
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature...
yeah. I'd say it's simple and
far-sighted
at the
outlook.
same time also
Do
more
you feel
complicated.
you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
Yay.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Pretty chill is exactly how I would describe her. I hope he hasn't disappeared. That would be very sad. I would be very sad if he's disappeared. No, please still be there for us to enjoy some tea. I realized way back when we first learned about Makoto, like in September, I realized that her ideal of transience and fleeting nature, that is much more in line with Electro and Lightning than Eternity is. Lightning is fleeting in nature, and thus, yeah. Oh no! No!
Hey,
We should have had one
where'd he
person
go?
wait here.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Wouldn't put it past him.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long. As was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea?
Oh no.
We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot
I
of
hope.
tea.
Well, this should be
I've watched Furuyama
much
brew
simpler
tea
than
on many
cooking food.
occasions.
So
I
I
doubt
can
I should
brew
have any
tea and I
major
can't cook
problems doing
food.
it myself.
So this must be doable, right?
The tea is ready. Please give it a try.
Yes.
So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain
It's
it.
just the memories flooding back in.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me.
Yes.
I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic,
Okay,
if I
I'm
may.
listening.
The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
Mhm.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me.
What?
Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist.
Yeah. She was the peaceful
Whenever similar
sister.
crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening...
Oh. So when the soldiers said that the Raiden Shogun went to go fight a war, that was Makoto. And this whole time I thought the two of them went together. But she actually sacrificed herself to protect A.
Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great Sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred Sakura.
Appeared?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness.
It's connected
With the
to
help
her.
of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
I know the pain of separation, too.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
This almost seems like not a good time to bring it up, but sure. Have you seen my sister before?
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I
Yeah.
guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
Yeah.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the
Okay.
last.
That was... Wow, that's a lot to take in. Can I just say, A's voice acting is so good, though. Like you can feel that she hasn't recalled these memories for so long, and she's on the brink of tears, trying to remember, you know, her last moments with her sister, seeing her face one last time. And Makoto, you can tell she loved her sister, she loved her people, and her home, and her everything. And I mean, she clearly knew that if A had the chance, she would have jumped right into battle alongside her. That's why she went alone. This is very sad. Okay, observed. Oh, and the poor tea master too. We didn't get to say goodbye. A cup of tea has been left for Fuyuyama. How much did he actually perceive? And how much did he let on? I'm sure he knew the truth, but so it was not. He also knew it was not his place to tell all the secrets of Inazuma. And plus, leaving something secret, you know, just adds a little bit of extra touch of mystery. And this game is good story. The world is so vast, yet everything ties together so well. Okay, I see your objective. Continue the pursuit. Also, can we talk about... We almost got to meet Ayato. And we did not. It's okay. Soon enough. Soon enough. Okay. Oh, this way. It's been a while since I just relaxed on Narukami Island, but just soothing flow of water, relaxing music and sakura trees. Tales are told in the shade of every thunder sakura. Gold, this is still your fault.
Once again, please leave
You
them
sure?
to me.
Hey, are you sure you're alright? You're scared.
Yeah, if you want to conserve your energy, it would be better to leave it to us.
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best.
Yeah. But... I mean,
There is no
okay.
escape.
Think about it. Makoto and A have always been opposites, you know? The true Shogun and the shadow. The transience and eternity. Peace and war. But... What? What? Are you...
You alright?
Excuse me?
I'm fine.
So... Like, actually, what?
Shine down.
Also, okay, I'm gonna have to use some food. I'm not liking my odds with this. I'll be quite honest. No. No, getting frozen is not... What's happening? Like, last time with Paimon said, something seems wrong with A, and it's like... What exactly? Now, is the third wave? Why it's so dark outside now? Oh, it's just the... It was just from her burst. Okay. You know what? This seems like the perfect place to put a new domain. So I would definitely not be able to do this if I didn't bring food. Now I very slightly want to pull for the Raiden Shogun. Maybe when she comes back, I'll spare like a few pulls. Just a couple.
Illusion shattered.
Okay. Alright, yeah, no problem at all.
Maybe you should leave this
Yeah,
one
you don't look too good. You don't sound too good.
My
Are
apologies.
you okay?
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get
Yeah.
your strength back. We'll deal with the
Yeah.
monsters.
Uh-oh.
Look, that's the same light again.
Time for another trip down memory lane. Who we got this time? Hello. I don't know.
Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too.
Are
you injured, Your Excellency?
slightly. She looks like.
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Cool.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more. Let's get them.
Thanks.
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up
Fair
arms to
enough,
begin
but
with.
like.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the
Okay.
gods.
Is that a vision?
Yo, wait. An NPC with a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
Okay.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
So full of hope.
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Hope is a good thing. So
Everyone, on me!
yeah. Yeah.
Phew!
We got this.
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Do we actually get to fight alongside them?
Protect the
We do.
Almighty Shogun!
Oh yes, my team gets to see some action. Oh, so okay, so one of them's guarding A, and then the other two are out there fighting? Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I am glad that they actually exist in the world,
Freeze to the core!
and not just in
Rack and
cutscenes.
ruin!
Yeah, let's go. Let's protect the Almighty Shogun. Yay, we did it. We're A. I think we did it.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
Yay, we got it.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel
You don't
much
sound
better.
better.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly
Oh, thank you.
awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
The general must have
When
been
everyone sees the Almighty
A.
Shogun safely returning,
'Cause she was the
their
general of the
spirits
army at
will
the
be
time, right?
lifted.
Yeah,
gonna
what are you guys
do?
gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of
Okay,
monsters
good
that
luck.
come our way.
Except this is probably the spot where they died. But yeah, we have no business disrupting the reality they're experiencing.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best.
I imagine so.
But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma
that's
has
the spirit.
lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
Bye. This is before. And her everlasting reign.
They're gone.
Was that a promise to them? Or a promise to yourself?
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now. And that's
Better
what
late than
counts.
never.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon. And I have neglected
you
it
can't
for
change
far
the
too
past.
long. I used to think just like that samurai,
All you can do is
that I was first and
make
foremost
things different
a
for the
warrior,
future.
and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done.
Humans are worthy of your trust.
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Yep.
Change will come to Inazuma.
Sounds like you've
And
thought
with
about
it,
eternity
new
and what it
possibilities.
means for the country.
This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise.
Okay.
Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will
Oh, Dragon
escalate
Spine in
for
the
the time
background.
being.
That's so cool.
I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work.
Okay. What's the
such
other
as
half of the
investigating
problem?
the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. He looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh?
Yeah.
She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her.
Yeah. Where'd she go?
What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up.
Eh?
What's going on? Are you feeling
move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
Do you need to take a rest?
No need. She is calling me. The time has come.
For what?
Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Well, that's quite a far ways away
What's in there?
to walk.
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
I would love to walk you there. And by walk you there, I mean I would love to take your hand and go all the way to... Oh, it's not in here? Okay, I would love to take you teleporting across Inazuma and apparently to this cave that is probably the actual location for a new domain. Oh, never mind. I think it is exactly where I think it is, but you're taking... Oh, no, it is... This is the cave I thought you were talking about.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come
Are
from?
you alright?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm happy. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands.
Oh.
The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness.
Well, why would it be causing you pain, though?
It looks like
Wait.
she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Well, that line is a lot more
What are you talking
pained
about?
than it sounded like in the
Who's
trailer.
she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Yep, we're following.
Where are we go?
Okay. Uh-oh. This does not look good. Where are we going?
Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked
I
into
can't remember.
this time?
I was reading the description for, I think it was a book or an artifact or a weapon or something, but basically saying that in order to be one sole victor in the Archon War, A sacrificed her body so Makoto would become the true Archon, and then later Makoto like reincarnated A. Does that have something to do with what's going on here?
Whoa.
It's so blue.
Place.
It's like the plane of Euthymia, but blue instead of red. The opposite.
Look.
Contrasting
Look
colors.
over there. It's another A.
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait. Paimon knows that voice. Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you?
So it probably was not the smartest idea to program something in case you changed your mind to keep yourself from changing your mind. Because that's the whole point, right? And that probably was not the best idea in hindsight, was it?
But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Okay.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse!
But why is this happening in Makoto's consciousness?
Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she
Why don't you
indicates,
just use your
once I started entertaining
real
the idea of change,
body
I became hostile in her eyes.
and let the Shogun puppet just
But
pace
inside a realm of
circles around
consciousness,
Tenchukaku again?
I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
I think you mentioned this before. This is her system to safeguard against modifications to eternity.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit
This is definitely a bit extreme. This is going a bit far.
The Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed.
I'd imagine
I would
not.
not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
Yeah, A isn't someone who leaves herself an escape route. She's just that thorough, which is kind of unfortunate for us at the moment.
But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
Yeah.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion.
Yes.
Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time.
You did a really good job programming her.
Only rules shall remain constant for eternity.
And even...
Those were my thoughts when I created
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A.
Whoa, that was so cool the way she did that with her sword.
In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down in disgrace.
Oh, that was Chio.
Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did.
Wait, I can only use A? Uh-oh.
Shine down!
Nagatsu Mitake Naritami no Mikoto. Raiden no Inazuma Tono.
Now you shall perish!
Okay, I unfortunately think the fight is not this easy. There's definitely more.
That once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
Yes. Oh, wait, you're...
She's completely recovered?
Unfortunately, it appears so. Okay, I'm glad we still have the food pouch, but apparently we have nothing else from my setup.
Illusion shattered!
Weak? I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Your verdict is decided. Shine down! Erase all threats. Inazuma shines. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time.
It's 3 times. It's so cool how the puppet was wielding the Naginata and A was wielding Muso Ishin, which was her sister's weapon. That's very symbolic, actually. That's so cool.
This ends now.
Okay, this is the third time. Third time the charm, right?
There is no escape. The eye sweeps the lands.
Oh no! Please don't. Okay.
Illusion shattered.
Talk to A again.
Emptiness awaits.
Yeah.
Have you finally defeated her?
No. Her eyes glowing. Oh, that's so cool.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
Surely the Shogun puppet isn't invincible. I mean, if I were A 500 years ago, invincibility would be a nice skill to add to her, so I mean...
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking. One that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries.
A weekly basis.
And no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
Yeah. I gotta say their poses are really cool right now. I love how her, A's hair is glowing too, the lavender highlights. Because all the Archons have like highlights that are the color of their element, right? What will happen to Inazuma in the meantime?
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old Sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
Can you bear to leave humanity to go alone? Well, I mean, that's what Zhongli did. He left Leah Harbor to the Adepti and humanity.
I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
We're about to get kicked
Pass
out.
on my words.
Hey! Okay, we were just kicked out of that.
Looks like we got kicked out.
My words exactly. We have very much just been kicked out.
Ew! Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever?
No, of course not.
It's making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still...
Oh, A has no physical body anymore and has to rely on the Shogun. Oh, I thought that... I didn't realize that. I thought that, like I remember when Miko said she replaced her body with that of a puppet, but I didn't mean that. Well, now that I think about it, where did her original body go? I thought that she could just leave the plane of Euthymia and rematerialize her real body. All right, I suppose that would be an issue. Yes.
Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times and has a history of rushing into difficult situations.
Yes.
What if she gets too obsessed with winning and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen.
Hey,
And she might never
don't worry. We're not about to leave her just yet. We're going back in there.
Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there.
You're right.
Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now.
I love that
Okay,
line.
Maybe if we both ram into it at the same time, really,
We're gonna just hit the wall, Paimon. No, I love that. Come on, Brain Juice, don't file Paimon now. We need to talk to Yai Miko.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot
Really?
about her.
You forgot about her?
Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the
At the
mountain we
very
go.
least, we need to report back to her and tell her that now Inazuma is yours to control now.
Let me try again.
Oh,
Talk to the
hello there, he
Electro
told me.
whenever you are troubled.
Yeah, that might be difficult at the moment. It's funny, and the character demo for Yai Miko, and I think that was Ho told me that Yai was talking to. That's chief editor to you. Hello there.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you.
Kinda.
I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after
I
the
don't think
first
we
few
need a
times.
smile. I think.
You're always
Yeah.
smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Well, honestly, that's me. Every time my mom says something, but this, and then she's, why do you nitpick everything? That's literally me. Paimon, get to the point. We're all gonna die.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
And don't tell me you already know. Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A, all right.
Yep, it does. So is
You
there anything
know
we
as
can do
well as
about
I
it?
do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now?
Well, this duel is more serious than anything up till now.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you
Yes.
seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
No one. Just.
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do.
Well,
All I know is
That's
that it's
unfortunate.
the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of Euthymia.
how so?
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me.
It was
What
blue.
was it like?
It was blue. There were no torii gates. There was no swirling moon in the background. Honestly, it looked like it was a very calm and peaceful place. Whereas A's plane of Euthymia looked kind of turbulent, all things considered. Or we can just pretend that we didn't notice any differences.
Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all.
Yeah.
First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Sure thing. Radiant Sakura. Just around here. Okay. Every time I see this stupid common chest, I think, wait, I haven't done it yet, and then it's like, no. That. Every single day. I swear. Every time this time I wasn't fooled. No. But every time before that, it's like, wait, I haven't gotten this yet? Oh. It's lower. It's down here. Is it down here? It is down here. Very good. There used to be this Electroculus here, and it bugged me so much that I could never get to it because I didn't have a high enough Electrogranum level. But then I did.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
Yes.
So,
Alright.
It's abstract, but has a location. But you don't know where it is. But you can still send us.
It's okay.
there.
We only care about the part where she can send us there.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time.
That sounds very cool.
This is
I bet
precisely
that's where a lot of
why
people
when
from
entering
Khaenri'ah
the plane
ended
of
up.
Euthymia,
What if that's
it's
where
much
Child's
safer if you place
master
your
went?
consciousness in a physical object
Into
first.
some corner of space-time.
Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Oh, Paimon, you're not gonna abandon me, are you?
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Yeah, Paimon.
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way.
Thanks. Hey, you did it!
I say.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed.
Okay.
By
That's
the
not
way,
very reassuring.
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside.
Like last time? Okay.
Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Fair enough.
Well then, the door's open. Hop on in.
Thanks.
I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens.
Okay.
I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Okay. We're ready.
Nico, you better know what you're doing!
Can you pull us out if we're about to die? Anyway, we will not fail.
That's enough chatter. Get to work.
Yeah, we've wasted enough of her time today. Alright, let's get going. Whoa. Paimon, hold on!
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Yeah, that's right. We made it back here.
Huh?
I know, shocking.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
She's probably been here for like 1,000 years, but like only like 5 minutes passed in the outside world.
This is a duel to remember.
I'm sure.
It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation.
So that should prove that the...
Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered.
So that should be allowed
For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration.
This should be a
too.
sign that the puppet should allow
to the title of
A to do this.
Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Huh. So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler.
Are you gonna put an end to this?
I'm going to be the start of something new.
Oh, I like that. Start of something
The
new.
time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise.
Oh no, okay.
The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night.
Well, look, A.
And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush.
Why don't we get to actually help her? Come on. No, no, no. No puppet hands.
I will endure forever.
She will endure forever with her new ideals. Attack the flowers of remembrance? Oh, okay. Did I do that correctly? Whoa, this is crazy. Look how many hands she has. That outfit's actually sick. With her crown. It's actually a different like style than Inazuma attire. Anyway, A's gonna be super surprised to hear like, oh, it's okay, you only left them alone for like 5 minutes, don't worry.
Illusion shattered.
How do you even count time in here? How do you know it's been only 500 years? Witness the end of a long battle.
This is the end.
Okay,
You have
so
won.
they've been dueling for 500 years, and so now the Shogun puppet has seen that A's resolve is true and not part of erosion. That she really has changed her mind. But then, what's gonna happen to the puppet? I want to know. This has been a sad story.
I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way
Yeah,
to
what
embrace
happened
the
to the
future.
puppet now?
You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the
all the
heavens.
people that
And
inspire
whenever
and
I
get hope
think of
from
this,
you.
I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin.
Yes.
The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again.
But it's almost ironic because Makoto never used the Muso Ishin for battle. She used it as a symbol of peace and never fought with it. Unless she took it to battle. Would she have taken it to battle on her last day? But then maybe allowing it to be used to fight, to protect, is the way of almost combining Makoto and A's powers. Like, taking their contrasting viewpoints and merging them almost paradoxically into something stronger.
It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's kind of what I was saying.
A blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. Yes. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future.
So she's like a Kagemusha.
Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat?
Yeah, imagine losing over and over for 500 years.
It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Interesting.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Muso Ishin is glowing.
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness.
It's Makoto.
I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released.
Oh.
A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
But... you never mentioned this to me.
Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore.
You know, we still don't know exactly what happened in Conria.
I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you.
Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Wow.
Goodbye, Makoto.
That was beautiful. Whoa. After leaving the realm's consciousness and returning to the shrine, you relay everything to
So
Yaimiko.
the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past.
Oh, so that's what that was. So, it's almost like a time loop. Something needed to happen now in order for something to happen in the past to start this whole timeline to get back to this present moment. But yes, that appears to be the case. That makes a lot of sense.
No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
Yeah. When things stretch out forever, it's hard to make sense of something quantitative. And even things you can feel and sense start to blur as well. I saw wonderful things inside that place. Time was moving forward and backward at the same time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems.
Gosh, I'm glad we didn't appear like 1,000 years in the future or something.
That sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps
Mr. Roth.
Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this.
What does that mean?
But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us
Whoa,
all.
what does that mean? Perhaps Makoto got a higher power or Istaroth involved in all of this. Like, is this the first time we're hearing about, like, powers that are even more powerful than the Archons? Anyway.
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately,
So A is the only
you
one
never
that
did
noticed
persuade
that
me, did you?
it appeared one day.
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
Yes.
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so
Oh.
obviously I get to prune
So
it
that's
exactly
why it
how
looks
I
like a
it.
fox.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the
Okay,
ages
so it was
to thank
carved
for
that way
how
over,
it
like,
appears today.
basically thousands of years of,
And
or maybe
obviously
hundreds of
I
years
played
of
my
love and
part,
care
too.
from the local Kitsune
It's
population.
fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it
It
not?
sounds very boring,
Traveler,
honestly.
if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Yes. Why do you sound like you're mocking me?
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient.
This is almost going in science fiction routes, with this idea of, like, me traveling different dimensions. When you think about, like, the third dimension being, like, this, like, physical space we're in, but then the fourth dimension, I don't even know how to explain it. This is just, like, interstellar kind of stuff. I love that movie, by the way.
Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for.
Sorry, I gotta interrupt, but, like, basically the fourth dimension being, I don't know how to, I forgot how to explain it. I looked it up one time, but, like, the fourth dimension representing changes in, like, traveling, well, not traveling, but, like, going through time, and the fifth being almost like these, like, changes in space, and that's why it's really, okay, I'm tired. But I like going into discussions about that kind of stuff, even if I don't understand it at all, because it's so cool. It makes me wish I understood physics better.
The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Yeah, no worries.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
Perhaps this is what the Shogun meant by an inevitability of fate.
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the Traveler
And again, Traveler did witness Kanria, so well, what's another 500 years to us anyway?
My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma?
Thankfully not.
But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, This has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan.
Yeah, she has a brilliant plan.
It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day.
Yeah. Makoto was brilliant. Although, hey, you made a crucial contribution too.
I just planted a seed.
Your will and hers were both indispensable.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
The final act might be a simple one, but getting there was the result of countless efforts coming together. Just because the cause and effect ended up a bit back to front doesn't mean you should undervalue the part that you played.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
I love how, like, I think Hatomi is, like, just looking in the corner back there. Or, sorry, not
minds think
Hatomi, whichever
alike,
one
hmm?
is behind the desk.
I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days?
Yeah, we have Smug A now.
Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
Yes.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Oh, finally!
That's huge!
I take my boat across to Liyue now.
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
But out of those challenges will be born new opportunities.
I'm looking forward to
Me
it.
too. Yay! Oh my gosh, that was such a good story. Dream Sakura. Whoa. Oh my gosh, A got to finally say goodbye to Makoto after all this time. It's been even longer for A. It's been 1,000 years. But we finally... Makoto knew all this would happen all along. And she accounted for everything that would happen, and... This tree really is beautiful. Apparently we've fed it lots of coins too. Hello? Yeah?
Many challenges still lie ahead for
Oh.
Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Okay, so apparently we can ask you questions now. Question time. Alright. About the challenges.
Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions.
Yes.
For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses.
Well,
These are the issues that
that's
I must
always a
work to
risk of
solve.
opening up your country.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand
That's a bad
Narukami
idea.
Shrine in the future.
No.
Honestly, Miko. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Because last time Miko answered all the questions, right? At the end of the Archon quest. Now it's A's turn. Alright, about the gaze of the gods.
Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy, too. She loved humanity very dearly.
I can tell.
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention, then so do the people of the
That's
future.
right.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
About the centuries of dueling.
But to put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight.
I can just
with an endless
imagine.
battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life. Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat.
And also,
my
the fact that you're immortal, because I'm sure for all us humans,
I would most certainly have been defeated.
I think
and through it all,
500 years is a lot of time to stay focused on a singular activity. About the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions of their duties in this regard. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned about what else might escape from the sacred Sakura.
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more besides memories held in the ley lines.
Yeah.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about making an
Hey,
effort
yeah.
too. Many challenges still lie ahead for
Yai
Inazuma,
Miko said she was placing her god.
I am prepared for them.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort. And the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present. Some words are not to be passed on.
Seems not.
Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret. Understood.
What are you talking
Nothing.
about?
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Many challenges
Let's give
still lie
Ace some
ahead for
dango milk
Inazuma,
again.
But I am prepared for
Goodbye.
them. Protection of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Yeah, may they bloom eternally too. That was a lot. What is this view? Is it in here? In here. In here. You held a single Sakura petal in your hand before leaving Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. Its existence is a mystery. It appears no different from ordinary Sakura petals, and there it sits silently in your storage just like any of the others. But you can no longer touch it, nor can you feel its weight or warmth. When an object loses any of the attributes that one would normally ascribe to it, how can its existence be proven for sure? If only I could scroll down. Oh, right! I almost forgot. Great. I just have a random chapter. Chapter 4. Because I haven't finished the rest of them. Gonna do that in the first video I remembered to do that, which is this one. I guess I don't need to fall down. I can just teleport here. End of the Oniric Euthymia. Countless dreams once blew about here like petals in the wind, never to be fulfilled. This is the origin of eternity, and it is also her end. Who had the pleasure of their memories being sealed in this Kitsune statue? So this is where we end up anyway, huh? If I return, okay, so like Saigu and someone else, probably Harnosuke, or one of the, I don't know. Let's just fight. We gotta try this out before I go to sleep. Magatsu Mitake Naokami no Mikoto will continuously absorb ominous destiny, and will gain more upon hitting characters. When ominous destiny is filled up, she will enter the baleful Shadow Lord form. While she's in this form, active characters will lose elemental energy at intervals. Magatsu Mitake Naokami no Mikoto will gain great damage resistance and deal more fatal attacks. Use the appropriate elemental attacks to disable this form and obtain energy. Okay, so this is a problem. Okay, can this... Looks like... Actually, a real official probably cannot do anything. Oh, she can. Not much, though. I'm still waiting for the day we get to go ask Rhine-daughter, Aledo's master. What's your side of the story to all the death and destruction? Because it's, I honestly don't doubt you have your reasons. I just would like to hear them. We'll know one of these days. Also, this is much more difficult than it was in the story.
Inferior.
Inferior.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Oh, I cannot take this down as quickly as
What a sorry.
as A could. No. Okay, we got the. Oh, did she just drain my? Did she just drain my energy, or am I just not paying attention? No, I don't think she did. We got like the rock music version of her battle thing. Attack them with electro. Okay, so it was actually a good thing that I got an electro character, so I could just stand here and take only 1 damage. Uh-oh.
Purge all obstacles. There is no escape.
Where are you? No! Avoid the puppet hands. I will be quite honest. This is what I imagined a skirmish battle, boss battle to look like. I think I've said that like 3 times already. Oh, oops. I'm sorry, Eula. I'm sorry, Sayu. I'm not looking forward to fighting this every week. I think I said that about Senora too, and then once I did it the first time, I just got the hang of it right away. So I think that the same thing's gonna happen here, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. Oh, wait, oh, you do drain my energy! Because I was just clicking the elemental burst button, and I was like, what the heck? Why are you back in your regular form? Oh, because I knocked your shield out.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Come on. There you go. Why are you just standing here? Okay. Alright. Well, you know what? I'm glad we can fight her whenever now, instead of it being locked to the quest, the Archon quest. Even though we are fighting her in a blue place instead of a red place. Oh, it's so nice that we actually got to meet Makoto. Find and defeat the special illusion? This is actually a really, really cool boss fight.
More speed.
I appreciate the difficulty, but...
Shadow.
Oh, we found the real one. Okay.
By royal decree.
Beg for mercy. Absurd.
No, no.
This body is eternal.
Oh, that's actually cool how the music shifts every time she changes to the scary puppet version. You're not doing anything to her. What exactly is it that we need to do? That... Oh, sorry. This. Thanks, Oz. Okay, so bring an electro character. That's the secret to not completely dying immediately.
forth.
I condemn you.
Oh, but I appreciate this. The new challenges, are great. I like when they.
Eternity is in my hand.
No.
Beg for mercy.
What am I supposed to do here?
To be.
Do I knock these pillars out?
Power.
No. I just hit her.
Shut up.
Ruin follows my blade. Ruin follows my blade. There, this is the end. We got this.
Witness my great undertaking.
No, I didn't place this down.
Burst forth.
Blood of frost. Beg for mercy.
Yeah, okay, we got this now. We've actually got this.
Eye for an eye.
Goodbye. Oh, she's gone. All right, well that was something. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, let me read those. A puppet joint obtained from the plane of euthymia. The gesture here symbolizes the concept that one sees and one does. Even now that she has become a calamitous deity, she can still utilize such transcendent gestures, her sword flashing forth as swiftly as her eyes may see. And yet, the countless disasters ground on for far too long, the fierce Genos shell had to embrace a new spring. Fair enough. So basically, it's describing the puppet having to accept A's new ideals. A small piece of headgear obtained once the dust settled in the plain of euthymia. One thought may end all calamity, and there will always be thoughts that may transcend time. Amid all this, one wonders if Makoto's true meaning was successfully communicated or not. I like that. That's her hairpin.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade
Sure.
work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Thanks, Eula. I still love Eula's fighting style so much. Okay, one more thing to look at. Enemies, living beings. That's the one. This song, by the way, reminds me of Kazari. Okay, this is very long. This is the form that the puppet that inherited the Raiden Shogun's authority takes when she is opposing those who threaten eternity. As the Raiden Shogun's assistant in pursuing eternity, she has never doubted, never felt fear, never given anything less than her best, never been disturbed by idle thoughts. She once heard about how A had shouldered a similar duty when Makoto was also present, suffering much agonizing loss in the process. When the two shadows overlapped once more, however, she could only see the countless fine fractures in what should have been her eternal will. Since fate is destined for cyclicality, she must fulfill her promise and declare war on her. That's resolve, all right. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Power over this realm is invested within me, and I am the essence of all that is the Raiden Shogun. Naturally, I have also inherited the pain of A's countless losses and her will to attain eternity. Resolve, valor, love, hate. They will all twist in the river of time, but the rules will never change. I like her outfit. I guess, okay, I said her outfit does not look like Inazuma in attire. Kind of lied. Her guards and her helmet do look like Inazuma in attire. Alright, the 6th weekly boss. Well, we have to finish this where it all began. The end, the old beginning, the new beginning. It's all in this place. Thank you all for watching. I think that was actually a beautiful story. Not only do we learn more about the history of Inazuma, but we also got to learn more about A and Makoto and the true meaning of eternity. Eternity does not always have to mean something in stasis, but rather that we cling on to that which we care for and seek to keep on dreaming and evolving such that
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
yeah, I'm struggling to understand it too. I'm gonna be thinking a lot about this for the next week, aren't I? That is until Thursday, where we shall descend into the depths of Enkonomiya. I am so excited for that. I'm so excited for going back to Enkonomiya. But this was beautiful. This was actually, I think, one of my favorite story quests in the entire game so far. I can say that easily. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!